Alright, well, I uploaded a video on this and the audio was screwed up. But what's going on is I'm uploading a video right now. It's a 20-minute video, and I wanted to preface that. This video might actually get up after, who knows. About material spirituality. I'm going to talk about spirituality, and I just want to make a message to those that are going to be like, well, that's not what we mean by spirituality, and why do you use that word, and it makes me think of fairies, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I use the word the way I want to use it. I tell you what that is. You're all confused about what it means. Many of you are afraid of it. You're just going to have to accept that I use it the way I want, and I tell you what I mean by it. I don't believe in metaphysics, and I'm a materialist. So you might say, well, if you're going to just define it your own way, well, why do you even use that word? Because you guys, when you say that, you don't understand language. Okay, the things people call their spiritual experiences, when they grasp something, or sitting in church, or in my case, a big, beautiful vista, there's feelings or something associated with these. But whatever, it's a category the mind has put. Those are things I consider spiritual, right? It's a part of psychology at that point. It's a subset of psychology. And I'm talking about the kinds of things people put in that category, so I'm going to call it spiritual. What's fucked up is people's intentional idea of what binds all those things, what brings those things together. The spiritual things are things that God brought to mind. No. Now, I think that spirituality is a psychological thing. It's a worldview that is intended to be entirely personal. When you look at a beautiful, strawberry, it gives you a spiritual feeling. I don't connect with that. Well, a little, because any natural thing and natural beauty. But let's just say I'm not getting that. But you can. And then this is the connection between art and spirituality. Then you could make art with all these symbols that have meaning to you. And I could appreciate it. I might not want to, strawberries don't become really a part of my direct spiritual extension of spiritual things, but I might like your paintings of strawberries. And to me, this is how I take my art appreciation. That it's a way we can share something that's inherently personal. That when you make art that is meaning, the symbols have meanings for you, and you make it and you find out, hey, that has a meaning for me, then you make a deeper connection with that person potentially. Now, I don't know exactly what makes my ideas, what unites the things that I think of as spiritual. I don't know for sure. I'm looking into that, and I think that's the spiritual process, and I figure it's probably related but different from what you put in that particular set. And I think what we put in that set itself is a message of us communicating with ourselves. And I think there's a relationship to this magical thinking. I don't see anything really spiritual about religion. I think that the only reason that spiritual thoughts happen within religion is because religion sets up shop, right, where the spirituality comes in and takes care of it. I actually think that religion has developed to stop our spirituality, because these thoughts that we would accept in our spirituality are all munged together with our magical thoughts and our dangerous ones. And so by handing our spirituality over to a priest, over to gods, then when we have these schizophrenic notions of intense meaning in something, we can say, if it's a good thing, we say that's what God wants us to do, but I'm not perfect, I can't do that, you don't have anxiety. And if it's something terrible, you can say, well, that's the devil trying to tempt me. And it's really not a way of being spiritual. It's because you're going to have these spiritual experiences, you have a way to compartmentalize them. And I think maybe we needed to do this. Maybe we needed to organize religion just as a practical thing, because we were so crazy. Everybody was believing all of their magical thinking. And even the rational people that had compartmentalized and didn't do crazy behaviors because of them still thought, yeah, that was God telling me. But they just had a way of dealing with it. And I think religion, think of us 1,000 years ago, how openly magical our thinking was. Look at all of the religions and how their origin stories and experiences all come from hallucination and so-called magical thinking. Okay, so it's dangerous. It's dangerous to open yourself up to that. I think a lot of people that are just recent atheists, they're afraid of the spiritual experiences because they all feel magical and they just think that was the negative part. Right? But by trying to avoid their true passions, their true emotional flow and their own craziness, they're just setting up another crazy situation where they don't even know that they're banking on things, magical thinking again. Right? So, better that we should know. Now, so the material spirituality is that we have a feeling like you have of hunger or lust. Certain experiences have this unique feeling. They can be incredibly trivial, but they feel filled with meaning. They can impress themselves on your memory. You might not even know why, and it just lingers. And to me, these are just called the spiritual ideas. And what I feel that it allows me to do to be open to this is I'm open to this fountain of my own raw emotions and seeing what I'm really like and how I'm really taking things and what my fantasy life would really be. You know what I mean? It's important. Like, I don't entertain violent fantasies. I'm always shocked how people will. Like, yeah, I fantasize about killing that guy, but I never would. It's like, to me, I don't want to put my spirit through that. I don't want to put my dream self through a visualization like that. It is bad for me. Right? So I want to know if I'm having those kinds of urges and I want to face them. I don't want to just set them aside or put it, say, you know, I don't want to have a church tell me, oh, that's just the God or the devil, go about your business. And I don't want to have some person that feels burnt out and negative towards spirituality to tell me, don't pay attention to that because that's just yourself. Yeah, that's just me. That's just me and how I interact with the world. That's just the way I'm taking things every moment unconsciously. And why would I want to know conscious? What good could that do? Well, it's because you guys, this spirituality question is where the solution lays for people who are telling me they can't, you know, whether it's Cashify or anybody on every side of these arguments, well, you can't change your cravings. You know, you can just deal with this or that or the other. You can't be responsible for what you want. You can't choose your desires. Yeah, you can. But you think choosing is like going to a shopping mall and going, pick this and pick this, where who's supposed to put these things all up on easy displays for you to pick and choose like a lazy consumer? It's not like that. The truth is out there in the jungle. Okay, your shoes are out there in the jungle and 50 different natural resources. You have to bring them together, right? So yeah, you can choose how you can choose what desires you want to have, but you don't just get to go into the store and go, oh, I picked a new one. It doesn't work like that. That's not how it gets chosen. It's more like choosing to cross the river. You might have to find a place to cross it.